Hello, and welcome to the Temple of the Goddess. Thank you for joining me today as we move through a meditation where we will be grounding into our awareness of sensation. It is my intention to support us in connecting with how we can use our senses to drop into both our awareness of ourself as well as the world around us. To begin, I invite you to find a comfortable position. This can be sitting, standing, or laying down. But I encourage you to take a little bit of time to really create a space in which you will move through this meditation. So take a few moments to settle into your position and then feel into if you need to make an adjustment. If you'd like to change position and see how that feels. But starting by feeling into what you're needing right now in order to drop into your awareness of sensation. And trusting whatever intuition comes through. You are also welcome to move or make adjustments at any time throughout this meditation. And once you feel like you've found the position you'd like to be in, bringing your focus to your breath and letting that guide you into this moment. Letting your breath support you in letting go of whatever came before arriving here. Recognizing that thoughts likely will arise throughout this meditation, and that's okay. We will acknowledge these thoughts and let them pass by, trusting that anything that needs our attention once this meditation has come to a close, we will remember and we will address it. But otherwise, kindly inviting our minds to quiet down a little bit. And if you find that difficult, as we move through the meditation, I will offer some support around that. But for now, breathe and draw your focus into your body and your being in this moment as best you can. And if you've already closed your eyes, if it feels all right, I would actually like you to open them. Because we're going to start by engaging with the sense of sight. So I'd like you to look around the space that you're in right now and just notice what you see. But beyond looking, shift into really noticing what's around you. Instead of quickly perceiving something, labeling it, and move on, stay with it for a few moments. Notice if the thing you're looking at is one shade of color or maybe multiple. What shapes do you notice? What textures? And really give yourself permission to take the time to be with what you can see. While also feeling gratitude for sight, if you are able to see. And if you are not able to see, letting this sense express itself in perhaps another way, and seeing what you notice. Continuing to breathe and letting your breath really support your practice of seeing and taking in the space where you are right now. And take a couple more breaths, knowing that in a few moments I am going to invite you to close your eyes. And when you're feeling ready, gently close your eyes. And without sight, see if you can still sense the things around you that just a moment ago you were able to see. Take a couple deep breaths. And as you breathe, notice if there's anything that you can smell. Notice if it is a smell you enjoy, or maybe one you don't. Is there more than one smell? And are you able to identify what it might be? And if you feel as though you don't smell anything at all, seeing if you can drop into your sense of smell a little bit more deeply and be curious. And see if you can notice something very subtle. And then letting this awareness fall away, returning to simply breathing. And now I'd like you to see if there's anything you can hear Notice the sounds and see if you can identify what they might be. But if you're not sure, see what you can let yourself notice about the sound, similarly to how we did with our sight. How would you describe that sound without knowing what it is? Is it a scraping? Is it rotational? Was it a thud of some kind? Really imagining yourself opening your ears, opening your perception to sound. Maintaining your breath as a means of supporting this practice. And if you're noticing thoughts arising that are distracting you from your senses, seeing if you can notice if that in itself is what you're sensing. How does that feel? What does that bring up for you? Which might be more mental or emotional. But I encourage you to, instead of fighting it, let it be part of this practice. As we transition away from what we're hearing to what we're feeling. And we're going to notice what we're feeling first through our physical touch. So if your hands are resting in your lap or beside you, seeing what is immediately within reach that you can feel, whether it be your clothing or your skin. Feeling the texture, feeling the temperature of the surface. Dropping your awareness into that physical sensation, the way this texture feels to your fingers, but maybe how your fingers feel to another part of the body, since your nerves are experiencing this in both directions. And then let your awareness come to a sense of how you're positioned and what you're resting on. So if you're standing, can you feel your feet on the ground? Your feet feeling the ground? If you're laying down or sitting, can you sense the surface that you're resting on? And as you breathe, can you feel your being in your body being drawn down by gravity onto that surface? Can you even feel where your body's coming into contact with your clothing or your hair, your glasses, or another part of your body? Let yourself become really aware of what this sense can perceive in this moment. And then we're going to take this inside of our being, and we're going to see what we can feel inside of our body. Noticing if there's any tension or relaxation, if you're hungry, or if you have a bit of a headache. If a part of your body is falling asleep because of the position you're in. Just following this curiosity deeper and deeper into your awareness of yourself. And using your breath once again to support the practice. And again, if thoughts are arising, noticing how those thoughts make you feel. Have you felt frustrated during this practice at all? Or are you feeling peaceful? And see if you can practice accepting whatever is, acknowledging that it's here, and allowing it to be. It can be difficult to be with thoughts, feelings, and sensations that are uncomfortable, painful, and unwanted. But part of my intention for this practice is for us to develop the skills and ability, the strength to be with what we sense, so that we won't ignore it, wherein our senses, our ability to sense, and what we sense can be so important as we navigate the world. As we listen with our ears, but listen with all of our senses. And every day work to support and protect our being and our body, as well as the beings and bodies of those we care about, our neighbors. And recognizing that that skill in ourselves and everyone around us really supports us all. And so though it may feel uncomfortable to be with something that doesn't feel good, or that we wish we weren't feeling, practicing your experiencing of those things so that you can receive it, so that you can understand it. And then provide for yourself anything that might alleviate it, or simply come to an understanding and acceptance of it that allows you to relate to it in a different way moving forward. So feeling yourself grounded in this practice of building strength through our sensing, through our listening, and having the courage to be with whatever we sense and hear and experience. So that we can discern what it is and respond accordingly. Returning to our breath, taking a moment to relax, no longer trying to sense, but simply returning to a practice of being in which we may perceive a sound. You may open your eyes if you'd like to and look around. But breathe, and mostly hold in your awareness yourself. And see if you can hold in yourself, as we begin to bring this practice to a close, an intention for how you might hold your awareness of sensation as you move through your world today. Imagine holding this intention in your heart as you take a few deep breaths. Thank you for practicing with me today in the Temple of the Goddess. I'm wishing you well. Take care.